Jai Mataji, and welcome back to the ongoing podcast series on preparing ourselves to connect with God and express God. In the previous session, we looked at approaching education little by little. We focused on the qualities of a teacher, and we focused on giving children the freedom of choice. Today, we will start a new discussion on a topic which is education of the psychic. In one of the previous videos, I described the psychic, and I described it as the wire that is connecting us to God in the body, just as the same way a lamp would be connected to a generator. Our journey on earth is a journey of evolution, and what is evolving is the soul. The soul starts in a state which you could call gray, and it has to get to a state which we will call white. And to get to that state of white, as part of evolution, every soul has to go through experiences, and when it completes these experiences, it starts collecting a bunch of colors, and eventually it will be able to become white. But for the soul to evolve, it needs to have experiences for which it uses a body, mind, and the vital. So lifetimes after lifetimes, we're always having experiences, and every time we complete an experience successfully, we get upgraded. And so the psychic is what is driving the evolution in the background, and we're not conscious of it, but it's always taking us towards the divine. So what we have to do is become aware of the psychic within all of us and let it drive our life. If you let the psychic drive your life, then it will get you to where you need to be. So the question is, what do we need to do? Well, Mother says the answer is simple. Find it and unite with it. Some people can spend their entire life doing this. Some people can even spend lifetimes. But because the times have changed right now, this is something that anyone can achieve just with practice for a few months. And this journey will be made easier if you are enthusiastic about this goal, if you are thankful and you express gratitude, and the most important thing is to put your ego aside. All of us have this something inside us, and this is the psychic. And the psychic is what makes us want harmony in life. The psychic is what makes us want perfection in life. So for all parents and teachers, we need to start telling children that there is something inside of them that they should consider as the place to go when they need help to get to where they need to be. But all they need to do is learn to listen to what this inner voice or inner thing within them is saying. The psychic is always active and working. Even when we go to sleep, it is always actively working. So we don't have to try and make any attempts to get it to be active. What we are trying to do is bring it forward so that it becomes the leader of our life and we are just following the instructions that it's giving us. And when people are able to make the connection with their psychic, most people will experience it as though they're having a new birth. It's like becoming a new person, and as soon as they become this new person, they will stay as that new person, no matter what. There's no going back. At every moment in life, we need to remember the purpose that we're working towards, and that is connecting with God and expressing God. So, if we want our psychic to be effective, we need to keep the mind open so that we can hold true knowledge. We need to work on our vital and make it powerful so that we can handle the forces, and we need to learn to discipline and organize our body so that every time we can experience something new. Now, even if one thing is lacking, then we won't get the results that we want. So we need to live life paying attention to all these three areas. Progress should become something that you strive for every day. Mother says that there are two types of progress. In one approach, you're perfecting what you have. For example, say you have a gift to sing, you could spend the rest of your lifetime just improving your singing. Another type of progress is when you're adding to the qualities that you have. For example, you're a singer, but all of a sudden you want to learn to dance. So you start learning dancing, and then you also start learning how to play the piano. What happens is that when a person makes the contact with the psychic, they will start developing these new things that they never thought of, And we are able to easily express all these new things because remember, the source of all possibilities is already within all of us. So we need to open the door to the psychic, and all of you can have it if you have a strong will to do so, and you will keep going at making this connection with your psychic no matter what. Mother shares some great tips that will help us make this contact with our psychic and also just help us live our life in a different ways. So what I'll do is I'll just run through the list of tips that Mother has shared. Always chase progress and take whatever comes your way to progress and work on it immediately. Stop wanting comfort, happiness, enjoyment, and satisfaction in everything. Your goal is progress. In life, whatever experiences you're going through, enjoy your journey. Don't do anything just for pleasure. Learn to remain calm in all situations. Always be mindful of what progress you still have remaining and don't waste time in making that progress. Don't take everything at a face value. Don't complain about others unless you have the power to change them. And if you have the power to change them, then change them. Stop complaining. Always remember your goal in life. This includes eating, sleeping, and any action you take. For example, when you eat, pray that the food brings exactly what you need for progress and energy. When you sleep, aspire that your sleep brings you the energy you need to renew yourself. And before you take any action, aspire that whatever you do is taking you towards your end goal. Before you speak, make sure you're only saying what is needed to make you progress and not what is going to harm you on your progress. You see, when you start doing this in a conscious manner every day, you'll realize that instead of you struggling through the circumstances of your life, you'll be able to walk straight and firm as though you are the master of your life. And with that, we're at the end of today's session. Today, we went over the psychic, the importance of connecting with the psychic, and shared important tips on how we can make our connection to our psychic faster. In the next session, we will be focusing on living life from a spiritual perspective. So see you all next time. Jai Mataji.